Simply put, it's one of the biggest nights of regular season basketball in the state of Indiana. It is the consolation and championship games of the Hall of Fame Classic from Newcastle. Last year's 4A runners-up in Kokomo take on a Brownsburg team that last saw Kokomo when they won Kokomo's holiday tournament last year. Tonight's game on ISC and MyNDTV, presented by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Proud to keep the Cats hydrated both in the classroom and on the court. By Dan Thompson of Thompson Wealth Management. Financial advice that is custom and financial advice you can trust. By Erdl & Company, Benefit Solutions. Log on to erdlandcompany.com to find out more. By Forum Credit Union, helping people live their financial dreams over 80 years with innovative product services. Visit them online, forumcu.com. by Franciscan Sports Medicine. Visit franciscanhealth.org/sports training for more information. By Galitco and Daily Work Injury Lawyers. Learn more at indianaworkers.com and indymalpractice.com. By Indiana State University, where Sycamores continually shatter expectations and boldly represent. By the Kokomo Vipers. Soccer is back in Kokomo. Catch the Vipers in 2024 and online now at kokomovipersfc.com. By NLBC, your life connected. And by Wabash College. Visit Wabash College today at wabash.edu. Alongside Mike Broughton, my name is Greg Rakestraw. Coach, it is good to see you, and you and I have had the pleasure of doing this event for many years, much like state championships, and frankly, they're often kind of one and the same. The teams you see here, we expect to be playing late into March.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame is one of the best tournaments in the nation. It's 2 free games the state gave years ago. There's been NBA players, state champions, and no matter in the consolation game or whatever, you're playing good people, and that's what it's all about.
Quick take a look at the keys to the game there, presented by our friends at Indiana State University. And for paint touches, Coach, that means Kokomo's going to mix their offense centers around Flory Badunga.
Yeah, they got to get the ball inside to him. If they get the double, they can kick out for good shots. And Kokomo needs to rebound the ball against a smaller Brownsburg team. Finding energy, I was thinking as I was driving down here 31 years ago, I was number 2 in the state and Anderson was number 1. I had to play Richmond in the afternoon. We were looking to Anderson. We get beat. We finished 3rd. But we win the state later, so it doesn't matter whether it's a consolation game or not. You got to be ready to go. And like you said, you got to avoid the 0. You got to win 1. You got to get out of here with a win, and both teams are going to try to do that.
Again, Kokomo lost to Crispus Attucks by 10. Brownsburg dropped by Brownstown by 7, and they will meet in a matter of moments. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups, tonight's officials, and opening tip-off from the largest and finest high school field house in the world, Newcastle, Indiana. We're back in a couple of moments on ISC and My Indy TV.
A Wabash man, if we do our job right, it's the guy who doesn't check any one box.
I think it gives the students a large toolkit to be able to problem solve.
It's a place where young men can grow up and learn the skills necessary to go out and have an impact on the world after they graduate.
One of the great gifts that I got at Wabash was not a specialized skill set that was going to be applicable in my first job out of college, but it was really a commitment to working in groups, lifelong learning, and just a passion for life in general.
There is such a rich tradition of success and accomplishment here. When you think about all of the things that Wabash men go and do after they graduate, why would you not want to be a part of that?
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds.
Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. Oh! That's the finish.
You get a layup to take it. And an and 1. Time for our starting lineups. They're brought to us by Franciscan Sports Medicine. If joint or muscle pain has you on the sideline, Franciscan Health's orthopedic and sports medicine specialists get the huddle to help you find the right game plan. Visit franciscanhealth.org/sports training for more information. And yes, Flory Badunga, the star for Kokomo, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 blocks, 3 assists in the morning game, the loss to Crispus Attucks. Now for the Brownsburg Bulldogs, and it's been a little bit of a year in flux for head coach Steve Lynch. No Cannon Catchings, who left the program at the end of last year. Grant Porath is now their leading scorer at 17 points a game. He had 18 in the morning session. Everybody else is kind of interchangeable pieces. So Brandon Addison gets out of the starting lineup. He had a really good game this morning. He's averaging just 4 points per game on the season. Josiah Sloss, a transfer from Evansville Harrison, Brandon Latimer, and Drew Thompson round out the starting 5. But Mike, don't be surprised if we see 9, maybe 10 players see the floor tonight for Brownsburg.
Yeah, Coach Lynch is still trying to figure out what to do here the second half of the season. He's got a good basketball team, but he's trying to put the pieces together still.
Let's recognize our third team on the floor. That is the officials. And just like the teams, it is honored to be chosen for this event. Andy Grigley on the middle of your screen, Scott Arthur on the right, and Nick Weininger on the left. And thanks to Brad Long, Jim Fisher, and others, Brian Lewis recognizing our officials before this evening's contest. Mike, your final thoughts before this one goes live?
Well, Kokomo's got to find themselves. They're now getting in the second half of the season. They are one of the teams that have a chance to win the state championship, so they got to play better than they did this morning.
By the way, our officials brought to us by Andrew Prince Realty. Whether it's buying, selling, renting, and investing, when it comes to real estate, Andrew Prince with Century 21 Sheets is here to help. Call 317-883-7575. Well, there's paint touches immediately for Kokomo. And a foul will be called on Brownsburg. And Brownsburg played a 5 small lineup in the second half against Brownstown Central. Obviously, you can't do that against Kokomo. They go double bigs at 6-7 to start this game.
Yeah, that time, though, Flory got too low. He didn't have anywhere to move. Even though he gets double or triple teamed, he's got to stay above the block. He was too low that time. That
foul goes against Grant Porath. Again, Brownsburg's leading scorer on the season. Bit of a zone look here, and again, you'll see a mix of defenses by Brownsburg, but honestly, Kokomo very accustomed to seeing a zone try to stop Flory, and Zion Bellamy making that one certainly could help bring Brownsburg out of that zone.
Yeah, he's a 39% three-point shooter. He's got to make them, and then that opens it up for Flory on the inside.
Bellamy 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. The morning loss to Crispus Attucks. Kokomo got down 10-3, got down by as many as 14 in the second quarter. Then led in the third quarter. But Attucks a decisive win in quarter number 4. Porath, no. Rebound Rogers for Kokomo. Bellamy. Well, it was a paint touch, but it wasn't for Badunga. It was Rogers, and then Rogers lost the handle. First Kokomo giveaway. Addison flying down the floor and lays it up and in.
Good play by Addison that time. It was one-on-one. He took the opportunity to put it in basket before Flory and them got down.
And Addison was a bit of a revelation in the morning game for Brownsburg. Rogers a stumble. Bellamy able to track it down. Moore for 3. It's how he began the last game as well. Ferris Moore. That 5th starter for Kokomo has kind of been an open audition all year. Right now it's Moore that has the spot. Nails the early jump shot. Guys like Beard, Bellamy, Rogers, Badunga, all back from last year's 4A runners-up. This is a spot where Brownsburg had last season end, the semi-state final against Ben Davis. Sloss with the bucket, and already more active for Josiah than we saw in the morning game against Brownstown Central. 2-2-1 full court pickup here by the Bulldogs. Badunga, catch, turn, baskets.
See, that's the way they need to get Badunga the ball, is from the top down, not from the wing or the baseline. The doubles come quicker that way. There, it's like a high-low play, easy shot for Badunga.
82% field goal shooter is Flory this year. Was north of 80% last year as well. Double dribble going to be the call against Brownsburg. Barker will check in. Rogers will have a seat. We saw 9 play this morning for Kokomo, 10 played for Brownsburg. Lynch, Spencer Porath, and Jordan Lomax all enter for the Bulldogs.
Well, the Brownsburg, like you said, they've already played 8, and it's just 3 minutes into the game, so it's going to be a revolving door for Brownsburg.
Lomax, a transfer from Avon, great high-low. Badunga gets the assist. Barker gets the bucket. Barker did not score, had 2 rebounds this morning.
Got to enter it from the top, just like Kokomo did, not from the wing or the baseline.
Well, this is literally the exact opposite of the start that Kokomo had against Crispus Attucks. Lomax averaging just shy of 10 points a game. Porath in the lane, and again, normally that's a shot, but normally Flory Badunga's not there waiting. And with Badunga playing center field for Kokomo.
And when Badunga doesn't have to guard anybody, then the inside is totally jammed up, and right now they're really sagging off of Latimer from Brownsburg. They're going to give him the open shot, and he's going to jam up the middle on all those weave plays that Brownsburg runs.
Ball tipped by Reese Beard, so it stays in possession of Brownsburg. Latimer, not a young man that looks for his own shot. He'll play the rebound and screener role for the Bulldogs.
You can play some tough defense on the outside and gamble when you got Flory on the inside there jamming it up. There's really no place for him to go.
And Brownsburg, a team that averages over 4 threes a game. In other words, they need interior shots, and Barker will bail it out with a foul there. But you may see some really long possessions for Brownsburg because they'll just keep running it. But where normally a shot would come, Badunga is there to wipe it away.
Yeah, the middle's jammed. It's very unusual. You have a guy 6'9", as agile as he is, but he's going to jam the middle, so Brownsburg's got to hit some outside shots.
Here's J.D. Lynch, coach's son. J.D. off the bench, 2 points and a rebound a game. Porath to Porath. That does not go. That was Grant passing to Spencer. Spencer 3 points and 3 rebounds a game. Badunga draws half of Brownsburg and turns it over. Second Kokomo turnover, and Brownsburg answers with a second turnover of their own.
Flory's got to catch it, be stronger on the catch. He shouldn't have a guard take the ball from him like that. Just be strong, turn, pivot, shoots his ball over the top.
Bellamy throws it up top. And one. Flory Badunga, you heard that call from the bench to our right. Take another look.
Nice lob pass by Bellamy and Badunga. Nice dunk. That's the 82% right there.
You know, we talk about Flory almost like you would talk about a wide receiver in football. There's a catch radius. Throw it to a certain spot. He'll figure it out.
I think it's anywhere up around that square. Just get it up on that square. Plus, that's what's exceptional about Flory. He can shoot the free throws. He's an all-around good player and a good passer, unselfish.
60% now from the free throw line is Flory. Lead expands to 9 for Kokomo. Gambling on the steal that time was Kokomo. Latimer gives it a go. That does not go. And Flory snagged on the board. He averages 13 a game. Badunga runs the floor, and Porath, well done. Yep, just got in the right spot to kind of get Flory to skip those feet. Third Kokomo turnover.
Well, you got a 6'9", 6'10" kid running down the middle of the court. Sometimes there's going to be a travel because that pass was there, but nice defense by Brownsburg. I like Kokomo's intensity here early in the game. You're playing consolation. You thought you'd be in the final game, and they're working really hard right now defensively.
Kokomo looking for their first win in the Hall of Fame Classic. 0-5 in their 3 trips here over the years.
See, Brownsburg needs to really take their time because offense can kind of be a defense.
Good backdoor cut. Porath got fouled, and Grant Porath will shoot 2.
Good pass that time by Lynch on a little backdoor cut.
So as Porath shoots 2, let's thank our friends at Erdl & Company. They're a locally owned health insurance broker, and they partner with Indiana businesses to control medical insurance costs. Our physician-led medical team travels directly to your business with the mission of delivering preventative care, chronic disease management, and weight management. Contact Erdl & Company at 317-577-2777 for a free consultation so we can get started now helping your group save money and increase profits. So Porath makes them both. Now we will see Michael Addison check in. So 2 Poraths, 2 Addisons on this Bulldog roster. Badunga draws an immediate trap. But now with 4 players on one side of the floor. Badunga. No, and he's fouled. Well, that wasn't exactly a beautiful possession, but it leads to a great result. 2 free throws for the Cats.
I'll tell you what, he gets beat to death so far in this game. Those doubles, he has to have room to stand up straight, and right now Brownsburg's jamming him really hard, so there is going to be some fouls.
So as Badunga goes to the line, let's recognize our friends, the Indy Thunder. They are Indiana's premier beat baseball organization, which gives blind and visually impaired athletes a chance to compete at the national and international level. The Thunder are 5-time World Series champs, looking for sponsors, volunteers, even players for 2024. Contact Darnell Booker, 317-370-7231, and watch the Thunder anytime by logging on to the ISCSportsNetwork.com. So Badunga with 6, 8-point lead for Kokomo. In long possessions for Brownsburg. Just 2 field goals for the Bulldogs in 6 minutes. Thompson. Tracked by Bellamy. Inside out Lomax for 3. That's as good as you can do it if you're Brownsburg. And they'll get the putback opportunity, and Thompson cashes in.
Good hustle by Brownsburg. They sent 3 or 4 to the board. It was really Flory by himself in there. Good job.
Thompson gets his first bucket. Bulldogs' 3rd leading scorer at 5 points a game. And Porath gets about 18, Lomax gets about 10, and they ask everybody else to get a bucket or 2. And Badunga draws 3. Beard is a distributor first. Moore gives it a shot. Good job to save it by Barris Moore. Bellamy too strong. And Lomax, again, the idea was beat Badunga down the floor, but Flores with him step for step.
Yeah, he wasn't going to beat Badunga down the floor. I don't know what he was going to do with it. He's lucky it went out of bounds and they get it, because he was out of control.
Right at our camera operator, Eldon Wheeler, heading towards that baseline. Corbin Hamill will check in next stoppage and play for Kokomo. Final minute of this opening quarter. That was tipped by Kokomo. So Hamill will check in. Now Brownsburg will go in a little bit further into their bench than we saw in the morning session. And again, because of Kokomo's size, that's not surprising. Jace Bennett, a 6'6" sophomore, will get his first minutes of the day. And these two teams played last year in Kokomo around the same time at the championship of the Phil Cox Memorial Tournament. Hannon Catchings had 39 in that win. It's going to be a moving screen on Bennett. 3rd Brownsburg turnover.
I like the weed, but they still can get those mid-range shots. Brownsburg needs to really work on getting those elbow shots where Badunga can't reach them, those 15-foot shots.
Badunga splits the trap, finds Hamill, give Badunga the assist, and Hamill just checked in, got a layup.
That's what's so good about Badunga. His hands are so good. He can catch it, he can pass it. He's an unselfish, unique player for the state of Indiana.
Obviously going to go play for Bill Self in Lawrence, Kansas next fall. Lomax's floater, no, but there's a tip in. Lomax follows the shot. 5 different players, each have a pair of points for Brownsburg. Clock is on your screen. Moore tries to get the last look, got it off in time, but leaves it short. 16-10, Kokomo has a 6-point lead after 8 minutes. It's the Hall of Fame Classic in Newcastle, and you're watching an ISC and My Indy TV. name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. Said that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Cats lead by 6. Tonight's game presented in part by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. They've been a part of the fabric of Howard County and north central Indiana since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo is proud to keep the Wildcats hydrated both in the classroom and on the court. Mike, your impressions as Pete Smith gets a little camera time, even when not on the broadcast this evening, but your thoughts on the first 8 minutes, Coach?
Well, I think Kokomo played pretty well. I think Brownsburg handled themselves really well for the first quarter, but Kokomo gets 6 assists in the first quarter. That's really unselfish play.
But that is what this Kokomo team is about. They average 18 assists a game.
Kokomo's been a little lean on the boards. They haven't rebounded the ball as well as they should, as big as they are.
Rogers back in there for Kokomo, replacing Andrew Barker. Addison fires a wing 3. That is no good, but Sloss gets on the board. But to your point, Brownsburg holding their own on the glass. 3 for Porath, no, and Flory snares this one. For Badunga, that is his 3rd board of the game. Rogers again looks for Badunga. Bellamy will fire. That's no good. But Flory keeps the possession alive. And then finds Rogers, and tell you what, it might be a triple-double tonight for Flory in terms of assists, because he is a maestro slinging it around the half court for Kokomo with passes.
I'll tell you what, Brownsburg's beating him up, that's for sure. They're getting 2, 3, 4 bodies on him, so.
Addison again got to the lane and stopped.
There's your shot right there. Porath has it at the elbow. Flory's down low.
Addison misses said mid-range shot. Badunga with the handle. Chance to lead to get to double figures here. And Badunga won't get the shot, but does draw contact and will shoot 2.
Good job getting it to him early in the count before Brownsburg's zone set up. Then he moved quickly, got the little half hook instead of standing waiting.
So Bennett picks up the foul. It'll be his 2nd. Badunga to the line for free throws 4 and 5 of the night for him. First one misses. Tonight's game presented by Virtual Announcer. Mic'd Up and Virtual Announcer brings you the complete game day audio experience. Mic'd Up now delivers Game 7 to your entire athletic department with our Virtual Announcer and DJ Mic'd Up Game Day Radio. Screen to ensure a family-friendly and electric atmosphere. Contact Jake Henson at 317-649-3721 or Jake at virtualannouncer.org. Lead expands to 9. Latimer back in there for Brownsburg. Porath weaving through traffic. Porath rejected, but Reese Beard got him with the body. But again, that's one time where Porath says, okay, I've got enough room to get my shot off, right? No, Badunga had that covered too.
No, that's why you don't want to foul when people are driving the lane. That's the last thing Kokomo wants to do, because Badunga is somewhere.
So Beard with his 2nd foul. As Porath goes to the line, let's thank our friend Dan Thompson of Thompson Wealth Management. Thompson Wealth Management Group, a part of RBC. Financial security begins by building a plan you can trust. Dan and his team provide custom advice for your individual needs and goals. No matter where you are in life, you can depend on their independence and expertise. Contact Dan at 317-810-5414 or ThompsonWMG.com to set up your complimentary consultation. Porath makes them both. He's 4 of 4 from the line. AP Mitchell in there for Kokomo. Played very well this morning. 7 first-half points. And that runner does not go.
They need to attack that 2-2-1 like they did that possession and not let that zone set up, so then they can get it to Flory or get it to the big guys on the inside. That was a good play by Kokomo. They just missed the shot.
Hamill tried to shoot the gap, nothing there. Slosh tries to give it a go. Got a good look, but missed it.
Now they go right into him. Oh, they
Mitchell
turned it over.
Just couldn't keep that pivot foot planted.
Man, that's when you have to go right into Flory. The ball zone is trying to catch up. Brownsburg's receding. Flory's pinned the guy. Throw it in there.
4th turnover committed by the Cats, first of the quarter.
I don't think there's a whole lot of thinking going on there. Just throw it in there.
That'll be a blocking foul on Moore. Barris Moore picks up the foul. Second team foul of the quarter against Kokomo.
They could get Porath coming right, about elbow, a screen. They got Flory deep. He can get that elbow shot at 15 feet. That might be the best shot they can get through the whole possessions. I like their hustle, though. Brownsburg's really hustling the boards. They're going for the second shots. Not really letting Kokomo dominate the boards at all.
It's been a constant flurry of activity. Sloss, the step back, no.
It's a nice move by Sloss on the inside. A good move. He just missed the shot.
Sloss 3 points and 2 rebounds a game. Badunga draws 3. Hamill by his lonesome, no. But again, you'll play that every time down, inside out. Lynch and Addison play a game of hot potato. Finally, Addison splashes it home. And a timeout going to be taken. A full timeout by Brownsburg. Let's step aside. Bulldogs back within 4. It's 19-15. Midway through the second quarter. We're back in 60 seconds on ISC and MyIndy TV.
At Erdl & Company, we're a health insurance broker that puts wellness first. That's why our physician-led medical team travels directly to you. Preventive care, chronic disease management, and weight management all help your business save money on health insurance. Our experienced team is focused on improving your entire organization's health. That's why our clients report that 80% of their employees end up working with our care team. Contact Erdl & Company for a free consultation. Email us at info@erdlandcompany.com or give us a call with the number on your screen. Erdl & Company, your benefit partner.
Leaps ahead, still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me? Champions of Marion County. Unbelievable. Touchdown.
Living up to that last name.
Wabash has the lead for the first time today.
So that was going to be a highlight reel.
Oh, baby. Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Kokomo's lead is down to 4. This portion of this contest brought to us by our friends at Indiana State University, which has since 1865 been graduating the kind of outstanding Sycamores who go on to transform their communities. So Kokomo, Brownsburg rather, takes the timeout. If you're Steve Lynch, what do you want to adjust with that timeout, Mike?
I think he was just trying to make sure they get this double down here on Flory. They're doing a good job, and just stay hustled like they are. They've played really well so far to stay in this basketball game.
Hamill getting some minutes off the bench. Moore will pull from 15, but Rogers tracks it down.
See, that's what Rogers has got to do. They're not doubling him. He's running around on the inside, one-on-one at the best, so Rogers has got to play. He's struggled so far, but it's a good play.
Rogers averaging 15 and 8. Addison just made 1, didn't make that one. Now Rogers will lead the break. Sharing of the basketball, Bellamy lines it up. No, but Rogers had it. Badunga does not let go, puts it up and in, and one opportunity for Flory Badunga.
I'm surprised when they come down Kokomo like that on the run that they don't give Flory a touch. Shooting those threes, I mean, if I was the opponent coach, I would want them to, anybody to keep shooting those threes and keep it out of Flory's hands. So when they attack, Kokomo needs to look for Flory, get him a touch every time.
Badunga 3 of 5 from the line already in this game. Chance to get to double figures here, left that one short. Brownsburg has a pair of players waiting to check in at the next opportunity. Sloss sneaks behind the defense and slams it home. Sloss with 4.
Sloth is not afraid of Badunga. He takes it hard to the goal.
And Moore knows when in doubt, go high. Badunga stripped the first time, not the second time.
At 82%, the rest of them need to get him the ball. And this game is over if they get him the ball.
I'm kind of wondering how long that basket support's going to shake down there, Mike, as I'm watching the guide wires still moving as the ball's in there to the floor.
It did shake.
Construction of this building began 66 years ago today. Porath, 3, no. Good rebound by Hamill. Here come the Cats. Hamill, more off the window, got it. Pretty.
Kokomo in that 1-3-1 half-court trap is trying to speed Brownsburg up so they can't just do those handoffs. They're making them play. The only thing is it's soft on the back. They're a little in the back of the zone, back of the 1-3-1 Kokomo. So we'll see how Brownsburg plays it.
Lead expands to 10 here. Addison 1 for 2 from three-point range.
This 1-3-1 is just trying to get a quick shot so Kokomo can run.
Sloss will pull from 15, no. And that's going to be a push in the back on Moore as inside position had been picked up by Porath. So now Thompson and Brandon Addison will check back in. Just the third foul of the quarter against Kokomo, so no free throws coming up from that.
I like this little 1-3-1 trap for Kokomo. It's speeding Brownsburg up. If they could just get the rebound out of it, they could have gone again and got him a layup on the other end.
Addison left alone in the corner, but missed it. And Badunga the easy carry-up. Chance to build on one is Kokomo's largest lead of the game, but Addison got a great job of getting a hand in the passing lane. Sloss, a bobble, which allows Kokomo time to recover defensively. Bellamy splits 2 defenders and scores on a third.
Well, as bad a play as Bellamy made driving into traffic, he made a great play that time on the steal, going down and getting the layup. Very quick, very elusive.
Bellamy, one of 4 Kokomo players, at least 2 field goals, picks up the steal here. Throws it up top for Rogers. He can catch an alley-oop too.
Nice job again by Bellamy. Nice job. This 1-3-1 has really changed the pace of this game. Brownsburg's got to stay calm here at the end.
All of a sudden now, it's a 14-point Kokomo lead. And Kokomo has played a rigorous schedule here in the opening 6 weeks of the season. Basket cut taken away, Rogers. Bellamy off the window, got it again. Bellamy was 7. This was a 4 or 5 point game not that long ago, Coach.
Yeah, this 1-3-1 half-court trap has turned the tide. It's made Brownsburg have to play quick shots, steals, Kokomo layups.
Brownsburg will have the ball to begin quarter number 3, barring a late tie up here. Addison fires and connects.
Now, if you can hit those, that knocks the 1-3-1 out. Last play of the half, 9 seconds to go if Kokomo sees it.
Addison was trying to give the foul there. Bellamy takes the desperation 3. That does not go. But that's about all that didn't go well for Kokomo in the first half. Led by as many as 16, they'll take a 13-point lead in the break in this consolation game. Cats 33, Bulldogs 20, as you're watching on ISC and My Indy TV.
Well, I'll be back, I guess.
At Forum Credit Union, our small business professionals work with local companies to help them prosper. We know that running a small business is more than a full-time job, and our services give you the guidance and support your business needs. Visit forumcu.com to see how.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Shot at the buzzer. She got it! Oh my goodness, what a shot!
Brady, hello! Did it again. Hello! Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello! There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, fall, ricochets.
Wow.
A huge hit.
Wow. This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.
Both these teams trying to bounce back from a loss earlier today. And hello to James Boyd of The Athletic. James is originally from the south side of Chicago, but covered high school basketball in Northwest Indiana, loves high school hoops, and I'll catch up with him about the activities today at Newcastle, tomorrow when I see him at Lucas Oil Stadium. Kokomo leads Brownsburg 33-20. Today's game presented in part by the Kokomo Vipers. The Kokomo Vipers debut in 2024 as the newest member of the UPSL. Soccer to high level right in your backyard. Log on to KokomoVipersFC.com to find out more about Kokomo's new favorite team. For Brownsburg, Michael Addison, 6, leads the way for the Bulldogs. Not surprisingly, Floyd Badunga's 11 paces the way for the Cats. They lead by 13. Stay tuned. More halftime show comes your way next as you're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
the home of Hoosiers,
where legends live.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
a giant field house
and basketball courts in every park.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
family
and friends
and team
and fans.
Basketball in Henry County, Indiana means
memories
and history
and future
and hope.
Basketball
lives here.
Basketball lives here in Henry County, Indiana.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as the national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
You see a couple members of our broadcast crew, both Mike Braun and Pete Smith being recognized. Mike, a part of the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Pete Smith, about to be a member, officially gets inducted on March 20th. Our score at the break, Kokomo 33 and Brownsburg 20. Again, this is the first game of 2 this evening on ISC and MyIndy TV. Our championship game features Crispus Attucks as they take on Brownstown Central. This portion of the broadcast brought to us by Visit Henry County. Take your shot in Henry County. Basketball destinations and so much more. Visit hoopsandhenry.com for trip planning ideas. We'll take this break. We'll come back with first half highlights and our Wabash College halftime trivia. Mike Broughton rejoins us next. Our score at the break, 33-20. Kokomo leading Brownsburg. You're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
At Forum Credit Union, we know strong communities invest in education. That's why the Forum Foundation has given over $800,000 to local educators and students pursuing their collegiate dreams. Learn how Forum gives back at forumcu.com.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as the national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons. Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the IHSAA Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the IHSAA Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score. Both teams back out for a matter of moments. Mike Broughton will rejoin in a matter of moments as well. We'll get our Wabash College halftime trivia. But first, a look at our first half highlights. As those fly by, let's give you an update on the overall scoring for the contest. For Kokomo, Floyd Badunga with 11, Zion Bellamy 7, Carson Rogers 6, Barris Moore with 5, Corbin Hamill 2, Andrew Barker 2, AP Mitchell, Davion Young, and Reese Beard all played but did not score. For Brownsburg, they were led by Michael Addison 6, Josiah Sloss 4, Grant Porath 4, 2 each for Jordan Lomax, Drew Thompson, and Brandon Addison. Brendan Latimer, Spencer Porath, J.D. Lynch, and Jace Bennett all played but did not score for Brownsburg. Cats are back on the floor. Mike, your thoughts as to adjustments if you're Brownsburg for half number 2?
Well, Coach Lynch has got to be on the chalkboard at halftime drawing up how they're going to handle this 1-3-1 half-court trap. I think Brownsburg had the tempo. Brownsburg's zone was working. 1-3-1 sped them up. Turnover, Bellamy, layups, and had some quick shots, and the lead went from, 6 to 14 there for one stretch.
Again, it's 13 now. We'll take this timeout. We'll come back with our Wabash College halftime trivia, plus our start of third quarter action next, as you're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
At Forum Credit Union, we help members plan for life's major milestones. Our team of wealth advisors work with members at every stage, from changing jobs and 401ks to creating wealth plans for future generations. Learn more at forumcu.com.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the IHSAA Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the IHSAA Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
A key part of every halftime on ISC and MyIndy TV is Wabash College trivia. But to have the trivia, I have to have somebody to ask the question too. So Mike was busy being honored at halftime. We had to wait until the end of halftime where he is back and seated and ready to go. So Mike, I may be asking you a question you had earlier this month. We'll see how good your memory is. Earlier this year, we discussed the fact that Wabash and Nepal have met 228 times on the hardwood since 1903. Who is the team they have played the second most times at 122? Is it Franklin, Rose-Hulman, Butler, or Notre Dame?
Franklin.
The answer is Rose-Hulman. I'm sorry. Little Giants with the Engineers 84-42 on Thanksgiving weekend. LGs are 79-43 against the Engineers over the years. And that is our Wabash College halftime trivia, which finishes as we start quarter number 3.
I was perfect last year. Now I've got 2 misses already this year.
Well, we'll focus on 2024 after the next one. Badunga trying to finish 2023 with a flush, 35-20.
He's having a pretty good game here for the consolation game. He's rebounding it, passing it, and also scoring it.
Well, we have been so fortunate to see not just players play at the major college level, as Sloss in the back cut got fouled, and 2 free throws coming up. But frankly, to see players have gone on to play in the NBA, and I have zero doubt that Flory Madunga will be that level of player.
Well, the first half he is 11 and 8, and he also had 3 assists, so he got off to a great start here in the first half.
So Sloss, his free throw is good. He's got 5. This portion of this game brought to us by our friends at Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Been a part of the fabric of Howard County and North Central Indiana since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo is proud to keep the Wildcats hydrated both in the classroom and on the court. Sloss goes 1 for 2 on the season. He was 75% from the line coming in. Thompson, Addison, Porath, Sloss, and Latimer, the 5 on the floor for Brownsburg. Starting 5 back on the floor for Kokomo. Beard, Bellamy, Rogers, Badunga, and more. Short corner, great look.
Nice play by Kokomo. They overloaded the left side, had 4 against 3 layup.
And again, what's unique about this matchup, and Mike speaks as well. Mike spent time coaching both in high school and college. Same thing for our head coaches tonight. John Peckinpah was the head coach at Wheeling Jesuit at Division II level for a year for returning to Indiana High School basketball, and Latimer banks that in. Coach Lynch had experience at both Manchester and Ball State.
Yeah, both of these coaches have coached in a lot of places, been a lot of places.
Throw it up top.
See, if you go high-low like that and you can get the ball to the free throw line, it's dunk central.
9 assists on 14 field goals in half number 1 for Kokomo. Give Rogers an assist that time. Addison, 3, no. And Flory snags that out of midair.
Look at Flory run the lane, and they did turn the thing over. Flory did a great job running the lane, trying to get position right down the middle, and they turned it over.
The dunkometer did not make the trip from Memorial Gymnasium to Newcastle. They'd have been flipping it frequently if it had made the trip across US 35.
You know, Flory's 4 or 5 in the first half, and his shooting percentage went down. That's amazing, the 82%.
Ball knocked off the leg of Thompson. Brownsburg turnover. Both teams with 5 turnovers at half number 1. Both teams now with 6 for the game.
Great thing about Flory, besides his abilities, is his attitude. When you speak to him and talk to him, I mean, he just has a joy of life that you just don't see in many kids.
Half-court trap. Badunga, Rogers, and Rogers kind of got stuck in midair that time. Porath, volleyball spike, Badunga. And again, defense leads to offense. Great sharing of the basketball. That's pretty.
Man,
So
I tell
pretty.
you what, if they're on the run like that, they are tough to beat.
Frankly, this should tell you how good Attucks played this morning. Kokomo was playing better tonight, but it wasn't like they played poorly. Attucks played that well. Extra pass. Sloss will pull, and again, Badunga altered that one, but a 3 from Porath does not go, and Badunga squares away another board.
Well, that's his double-double. He got his 10th rebound.
Moore turns it down. That actually ended up going off the rim. So Badunga gets turned up for a rebound as he was fouled by Grant Porath, and a line change is set to come in here for Brownsburg. Latimer, Lomax, and Lynch. Sloss, Addison, and a timeout taken by Kokomo. See if it's a full or a 30. Looks like it is a full timeout, so let's step aside. Midway through the third quarter, things looking good for the Cats. They lead it 41-23 on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Never let the world dictate who you are, what your why is. Failure isn't possible as long as you believe in your why. This adventure is yours. Create it, make it yours, make it powerful, make it count. Create your own adventure. S-V-I-D.
Still on his feet.
after that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. So that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
All of our Kokomo games in December presented in part by our friends at Galitko and Daly. Turn to experienced lawyers for help at Galitko and Daly PC. Our passionate goal is to bring the power of the law to meet the needs of the injured and those that have suffered medical harm. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com and IndyMalpractice.com. Galitko and Daly also sponsored the Sneakers for Santa shootout at Brownsburg High School this year. Good help by Porath. Madunga diving for it, and a foul going to be called on Madunga as he landed on Porath. And hopefully Grant is all right. Foul on Madunga is his second. Kokomo turnover, their seventh.
That time he wasn't very open. They tried to jam it in there. I still think that's good. Any turnover trying to get it to floor is a good turnover.
Lomax for three. Not that time. Madunga snags another rebound. And again, he'll take that first dribble or two to get the break launched as quickly as possible. Rogers fouled by Spencer Porath. And Spencer will play football at Purdue next year. Place kicker for the Boilermakers. Outstanding kicker for John Hart's team at Brownsburg this fall. Resealed by Madunga. Basket cut by Moore. Bucket.
That's Badunga's fifth assist with about 11 rebounds and double-figure points. Good game, very unselfish. I'm just amazed at how good he is as a senior.
And gets the steal here. And now we'll lead the break. And gets another assist. And again, he's had games of triple doubles, points, blocks, rebounds. He may get 1 points, rebounds, assist tonight. My buddy Dean Hockney is counting fingers and toes for stats as we speak for Kokomo, looking that up. Grant Porath for three, no. Moore rips it away from Lomax. Kokomo's other losses before today is Madunga, blocked by Latimer, got it back and powers it up and in. He's got 17. Kokomo lost their opener, their second game rather, to Westfield on November 25th, and they lost to Fishers at the Forum Tip-Off Classic at Southport Fieldhouse on December 9th. Lynch for three. Yes, sir. J.D. Lynch rattles it home. Just the third made three for Brownsburg tonight. And a timeout to be taken, or no, just bench warning. No timeout. That'll allow subs to come in for Brownsburg. Addison, Bennett, and again Brownsburg will go deeper to their bench as Brandon Sharp will check in. Sharp is just a freshman. Brownsburg does not have a respite after this game. They play in the Hendricks County Tournament on Tuesday, and they got about as tough a draw as you can get. Bellamy catch and shoot three. That does not go. Madunga with the rebound as he and Porath collide. Bellamy's runner off the window is in. Bellamy with 9. Lomax, reverse layup to avoid the block shot. Lomax, an impressive second bucket of the game. Moore will pull up, and partner, we have officially hit open gym time here in Newcastle.
It is open gym. It's going fast and furious, and the lead is 23 for Kokomo.
That'll be a hand check foul on Bellamy. And again, Brownsburg is a good team. They are obviously not what they would have been if Cannon Catchings had stayed at Brownsburg, but because of the way that Steve Lynch's teams will defend you, there'll be a tough out in their sectional.
Well, it's hard to play a second game during the day without really practicing how to guard a guy like Flory. You know, they kind of had to draw it up after they lost, so it's tough, but it's good game experience. It's free. They're free games.
Madunga with the foul. Got a lot of ball, but got some body as well. Badunga picks up his third foul.
I'll tell you what, it'd be hard as a coach to watch this, even though he probably fouled that time. He gets so much contact, and some of the fouls that he gets are kind of touchy. That one wasn't, but there are some touchy ones, so he's got to play through it. He's the biggest guy.
So Lomax connects to the first. And thanks to our friends in the City League for coming on board our broadcast today on ISC. The City League begins their next season of Acts of the Bonner Fitness Center on Wednesday night, June 26th. It runs through August 1st. Seeded men's tournament starts Saturday, August 3rd. Women's tournament starts on Sunday the 4th. And championship games televised on ISC on August the 8th. Lomax goes 1 of 2. English in for Brownsburg, and a timeout called, and it will be a full timeout taken by Kokomo. Let's go ahead and take it with them. Minute 32 to play here in quarter number 3. Kokomo in control of this one, leading by 22 on ISC and MyIndy TV.
At Forum Credit Union, we provide smart ways to borrow money for life's planned and unplanned expenses. We also have fun, easy ways to save money. See how Forum can help you with your financial goals at forumcu.com.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Chris Hawkins and staff awaits the challenge of tonight's championship game. Our broadcast on ISC and MyIndy TV, presented by Galitko and Daly. Turn to experienced lawyers for help at Galitko and Daly. PC, our passionate goal is to bring the power of the law to meet the needs of the injured and those that have suffered medical harm. Learn more at indianaworkers.com and indymalpractice.com. It's 13 at halftime. Here's the oop for Badunga that ends up going off the rim. And Badunga couldn't hang on to it. Lomax scrambling for it. And again, they're trying to throw it up to Badunga. They keep hitting the rim. But Rogers tracks on the loose ball and scores.
I tell you what, Badunga is going to be tired after this one because Brownsburg has put a lot of bodies on him. They've worked really hard to try to keep him from dominating the game.
Now trying to throw an oop to the other direction is Brownsburg. That three does not go. Weak side glass and one as Lomax gets the board and the bucket.
See, that's one of the weaknesses of Kokomo today. If Badunga doesn't get the rebound, they don't get the rebound, and some of the rest of them have to get involved.
So Lomax was 7. And Lomax did not see the floor in the second half of the morning game. So nothing else, he has gotten back on track.
Kokomo's played him even on the boards. Kokomo has worked, Brownsburg has worked hard on the boards and done a good job. Besides Badunga, not many Kokomo guys even get a rebound.
And Brownsburg plays at Avon Tuesday. To win that, they got to go to Plainfield Thursday. Badunga! I'm not sure what that rim did to make him mad, but he punished it nonetheless.
He did punish it.
Lomax got Badunga in the air, and Badunga able to pull back, knowing he had 3 fouls.
Badunga put his hands behind himself, put his arms behind his body not to get the 4th. A good play, though, knowing he had 3 fouls. That's smart.
Kokomo, let's see if they hold for 1 here. Brownsburg does have the ball to start quarter number 4. Carson Rogers all alone. This Kokomo team shares the ball so well.
They are very good passing, and they don't turn it over a whole lot.
3 in the corner for English is good. Caden English gets his first bucket of the game, and we get to the 4th quarter of Kokomo leading it by 20. We'll take this 60-second timeout. 4th quarter action comes your way next from Newcastle as you're watching on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Take your shot in an iconic gym or at a state-of-the-art range. Make a memory in the world's largest high school fieldhouse or at one of the state's best fishing lakes. Experience history at a museum dedicated to Indiana basketball or at the birthplace of a founder of flight. When you travel to Henry County, Indiana, you'll see that basketball lives here, along with so much more. Visit hoopsandhenry.com to plan your visit.
Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. Said that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Drop it, Davion. 1-3-1 zone here by Kokomo to start the half. Addison. Michael Addison. It was Brandon that had the big game in the morning for Brownsburg. Michael now with his third three.
That's 2 threes in a row.
Ball knocked away by Addison. Steal. Lomax gets the flush. 15-point game. Foyle will check in for Kokomo. Next stoppage in play. And that'll be a blocking foul. And the young man that committed the foul is a freshman. And for a moment, you're thinking, whatever happens, for the love of God, don't let me get posterized by Flory Badunga.
He didn't.
That is Brandon Sharp that committed the foul.
You know, I'm impressed with Brownsburg the fight they have. They've stayed in this thing. I mean, it's 15.
Badunga has it taken away. Brownsburg does not suffer from a lack of scrappiness, that's for sure. Lomax, altered by Badunga. Foyle. Rogers. Again, the first of Badunga. And he got hacked and whacked a couple of times, and Flory will go to the free throw line to shoot, too.
You know, getting whacked like that, he comes out smiling, and Rogers had a good second, third quarter. That's why Kokomo's pulled ahead. He's 8 for 9 from the field. And so with him and Badunga, they are at a high percentage, field goal percentage.
Badunga misses from the line. Today's game presented in part by Franciscan Sports Medicine. If joint or muscle pain has you on the sideline, Franciscan Health's orthopedic and sports medicine specialists get that'll help you find the right game plan. Visit franciscanhealth.org/sports training for more information. Badunga goes 1 of 2. He's got 20.
Now Flory and Rogers, they're two big kids, 16 for 19 from the field.
How about that for the freshman and Sharp? Well done.
Went right around Flory, lay in. He said, fellas, this is easy.
14-point game. Brownsburg not out of this yet. Tie up, jump ball. It'll stay here. Reese Beard will come back in. Barris Moore will have a seat.
Kokomo right now, too much dribbling looking down. Just throw the thing up in the air to the big guys.
Beard. Rogers, basket. Rogers with 18, 9 field goals now for Rogers. Again, he averages 15 and 8 a game. He's get lost in the Flory shuffle. And another 3. Sometimes you're too young to know better.
Oh man, nice shot.
Sharp did not play in the morning game for Brownsburg. He's got 5. Bellamy lost the handle, but somehow got it back. Rogers lost it. Badunga found it and won. So Badunga now up to 22. Tonight's game presented in part by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Been a part of the fabric of Howard County and North Central Indiana since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo, proud to keep the Wildcats hydrated both in the classroom and on the court. a frequent visitor to the line has Floyd today. He is now 5 of 8 from the stripe, right at about his season average. Lomax, the step back that does not go. Badunga collects another rebound. Bellamy from 25. A dozen for Zion Bellamy. He's got a dozen in both games he's played today. The progress that Brownsburg had made is now back to a 19-point Kokomo advantage. English will fire. Lomax will save. Beard recognizes Rogers, and Rogers, he'll take the bucket, no dunk.
I really like Beard. He's kind of settles everything down for him. He doesn't shoot it very much. He leads them in assists. He's an unselfish, plays hard defense. He's got to play well for Kokomo to win in the tournament.
He's a football kid. He's just a good teammate with his Kokomo squad. Turnover by Lomax. Rogers again. This time he'll dunk it home.
See, that's one of the things about Kokomo. I mean, the number of assists, we've mentioned that, but right now they had 18 going in the fourth quarter. They probably have 3 or 4 now. 22, 23 assists in a high school game is fantastic.
Sharp, no. And that'll be a foul. Is on Beard or Addison? Let's see. Beard. So Beard, the foul, his third.
Well, if you want to run with them, Brownsburg was trying to run with them a little bit. If you want to run with Kokomo, you better make your shots, because if not, everything's downhill coming at Kokomo on the offensive end.
Barker will come on here for Kokomo. A.P. Mitchell will as well. Badunga will get a break, as will Carson Rogers. And right there, that's 45 points in tonight's game that are exiting for Kokomo. We may see him again, we may not at this point. Nedrip in the game as well for Brownsburg. Good to see his dad has that front row seat to check it out. Reach-in foul on Foyle.
I can tell you there's one proud daddy over there now.
So that's Kyson Nedrip, and his dad is Kyle, who is one of the state's great hoop riders for the Indianapolis Star. For Kokomo, Tavian Bennett will come on, and Zion Bellamy will have a seat. Both teams starting to go a little deeper into their bench here in a 23-point game. Nedrip fires and buries it.
There you go, at the Hall of Fame.
I've seen his dad play, he doesn't have that shot. Jake Wilson in for Brownsburg as well. Beard, the runner. Beard again, not a guy that looks for his own shot a lot, but with this kind of group on the floor, he will. That's his first basket.
Very unselfish, he makes them go.
7th different Kokomo player to score tonight. Bennett. Now Wilson fires a 3, and that's good.
And I'll tell you what, this fourth quarter, teams have been hitting a lot of shots from the outside, both squads. The basket got a lot bigger.
Guys off the bench doing their best in limited minutes. Mitchell, yes sir. Mitchell again averages 6 and 4 a game in limited minutes. He had 7 in the morning session.
You know, when the games are decided, it's a lot easier to shoot. And both teams now, the 21-point lead, subs are trying to show what they're made of.
Addison will get 2 shots at the line. So Addison on the season, 12 of 17 from the free throw line. This portion of tonight's game brought to us by Dan Thompson of Thompson Wealth Management. Thompson Wealth Management Group, a part of RBC. Financial career begins by building a plan you can trust. Dan and his team provide custom advice for your individual needs and goals. No matter where you are in life, you can depend on their independence and expertise. Call Dan Thompson at 317-810-5414 or visit ThompsonWMG.com to set up your complimentary consultation. Addison goes 1 of 2. Mitchell turns and scores again.
You know, both of these schools have good young players. I mean, these kids have played really well coming in off the bench, both Brownsburg and Kokomo.
Sharp again.
It is like a street ball game now. It's just like at the park.
Sharp with 7. Foyle will find Beard in time to avoid a shot clock violation. Barker had an earlier basket and now has 2.
Field goal percentage in the fourth quarter is about 90% for both squads.
Defensive effort might be questionable in the last quarter as well.
I think so.
Kokomo averaging 68 points a game, and they're just shy of 80 right now. Beard tried to shoot the gap. Addison on the take and the make. So Addison with 5. Beard, the runner, yes. And that was a contested look for Reese Beard. Well, Kokomo again will go 1-1 for their time here. Brownsburg will fall to 0-2, but Sharp, not that time. Mitchell, good rebound. A lot of other teams in the state, man. Mitchell's your starting 5. Not exactly guaranteed many minutes playing for Kokomo. Barker, good move. Got it to go.
I mean, Barker's got great post moves, big and strong on the inside.
Think about this. That's your scout team 4 and 5.
Yeah, I
How
know.
good's your scout team? Huh?
So you can beat up on the starters, make them better by the end of the season.
Addison stripped, got it back. AP Mitchell got a block. Then Beard tried to tap it out to a teammate, but teammates sort of head the other direction. The foul going to be called. Nedrip, the guilty party. No free throws coming from that. Addicts already lined up in the tunnel. They're awaiting their chance to play in game number 2. Brownstown Central will join them. I would say we're looking at about a 7:45 tip time for our second game of the night. Mitchell got tied up. They're going to say foul first. And if that's the case, 2 free throws coming up for Mitchell. And Sharp commits the foul. So Pete Mitchell goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. Tonight's game presented in part by Indiana State University, where 69% of graduates choose to live, work, and thrive right here in Indiana. Legends wear blue. Mitchell this season 4 of 5 from the free throw line. And connects.
He's a very, very good player.
And connects again. So the lead now expands to 26, and obviously starters are done for the night, going in both directions. For Kokomo, Caleb Tafflinger is in there for the first time. 5'8" sophomore. Addison's floater does not go. And Barker had it, lost it. Bennett. Nedrip fires. Not that time. You can tell Tafflinger popular amongst the Kokomo students that are here. Want him to let fire. Tafflinger shot blocked.
Got in too deep.
And Wilson stepped in the baseline. Want to thank Corey Murphy, the folks with Henry County, Indiana, and visit Henry County. Take your shot at Henry County. Basketball destinations and so much more. Visit hoopsathenry.com for trip planning ideas. Foul called against Brownsburg. More free throws coming up. So Foyle gets to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 of the double bonus. Tonight's game presented in part by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Been part of the fabric of Howard County and north central Indiana since 1907. Coca-Cola of Kokomo was proud to keep the Wildcats hydrated both in the classroom and on the court. You know, it's your night when the ball hits the flat part of the rim and falls in.
Yeah, there's been about a 90%, like you said, fourth quarter, 90% field goal shooting for both squads, but not a whole lot of defense.
Nedrip fires. Not that time. Already made 1. And you hear from the bench, Kokomo will bring the ball to the front court, but no further activity after that. 85, plenty for the Wildcats. Mitchell, well, didn't get the memo. Mitchell will score, and that is that. Well, make no mistake about it, Kokomo was a dominant factor tonight. They win game 1 by a score of 87-58. to go 1-1 on their trip to Newcastle. Brownsburg loses both games here today. We'll take this quick timeout. We get our post-game coverage of game number 1. Get you shifted towards game number 2. You're watching the Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic on ISC and by Indy TV.
At Erdl & Company, we're a health insurance broker that puts wellness first. That's why our physician-led medical team travels directly to you. Preventive care, chronic disease management, and weight management all help your business save money on health insurance. Our experienced team is focused on improving your entire organization's health. That's why our clients report that 80% of their employees end up working with our care team. Contact Erdl & Company for a free consultation. Email us at info@erdlandcompany.com or give us a call with the number on your screen. Erdl & Company, your benefit partner.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Final score in game number 1, Kokomo 87, Brownsburg 58. Tonight's game presented in part by the Kokomo Vipers. They debut next year, of course that's like 2 days from now, as the newest member of the UPSL. Soccer to high level right in your backyard. Log on to KokomoVipersFC.com to find out more about Kokomo's new favorite team. Clearly their favorite team for generations has been these Wildcats, and tonight they loved what they saw. Wanted it to be in the championship game, obviously, but Kokomo, we know they're the real deal, and they played like it in game 1 tonight.
Yeah, if you pick 3 teams, I don't care who you pick in the state that could win the state in 4A, Kokomo's in that 3 or 4 teams. It's just a matter if they can get the guard play to win it.
Frankly, Mike, I think this is a year where there's about 10 to 15 teams you could point to, and Kokomo is clearly in that group. And that young man, assuming Flory's going to get number 40 when he gets to Lawrence, Kansas. We'll take this quick timeout. We'll come back. More post-game coverage as both Brownstown and Crispus Attucks getting ready for tonight's championship contest. Back with more in a moment on ISC and My Indy TV.
At Forum Credit Union, our small business professionals work with local companies to help them prosper. We know that running a small business is more than a full-time job, and our services give you the guidance and support your business needs. Visit forumcu.com to see how.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as the national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the ISC Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Kokomo fans and Brownsburg fans alike starting to make their way out of the building this evening. Hopefully they stick around for what I think is going to be a great championship game between Brownstown Central and Crispus Attucks. But in game number 1, all Kokomo, especially in the second half. It was 13 at the break. It was 29 at the end. Brownsburg falls to Kokomo 87-58. Tonight's game on ISC and by Indy TV, presented in part by Coca-Cola of Kokomo. Proud to keep the Cats hydrated in the classroom and on the court. By Dan Thompson of Thompson Wealth Management, financial advice that is custom and financial advice you can trust. By Ernle & Company, Benefit Solutions. Well, go to ErnleandCompany.com to find out more. By Forum Credit Union, helping people achieve their financial dreams for over 80 years. Innovative Practice Services. Visit them online, forumcu.com. By Franciscan Sports Medicine. Visit franciscanhealth.org/sports training for more information. By Galitko and Daly, injury work lawyers. Learn more at indianaworkers.com and indymalpractice.com. By Indiana State University, where Sycamores continually prove that real game changers wear blue. By the Kokomo Vipers, soccer is back in Kokomo. Catch the Vipers in 2024 and online now at KokomoVipersFC.com. By NLBC, your life connected. And by Wabash College. Visit Wabash College today at wabash.edu. Scoring in this contest, Kokomo led by the 23 points of Flory Badunga, 24 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocks. Carson Rogers had 22 points, 12 for Zion Bellamy, 9 for Barris Moore, 6 for Andrew Barker, 4 for Reese Beard, 2 for Corbin Hamill, 1 for Max Foyele. And in just 7 minutes, A.P. Mitchell scored 8 points. For Brownsburg, 12 for Jordan Lomax, 9 for Michael Addison, 7 for Brandon Sharp, 5 for Josiah Sloss, 5 for Brandon Addison, 3 for Jake Wilson, 2 for Brendan Latimer, 3 for Kyson Nenderip, 2 for Drew Thompson, 4 for Grant Porath, and 3 for J.D. Lynch. Kokomo for the game, 38 of 52 for 73% in the second half. Kokomo went 24 of 28 from the floor. They out-rebound Brownsburg 33-17 for the game. Both teams will finish with 10 turnovers. We'll take this quick timeout, come back with final thoughts on game number 1 and get you ready for game number 2. Again, that game is Addicks and Brownstown in our consolation game. Kokomo wins and wins big. Back in a moment on ISC and MyIndyTV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at IndianaWorkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to IndianaWorkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at IndianaWorkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to IndianaWorkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
If the time comes, be ready. Learn CPR and join the nation of lifesavers. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers through CPR education and access to AEDs. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the ISC Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Back for the final time for game number 1. Greg Rakestraw, Mike Broughton will rejoin here in a matter of moments on ISC and MyIndyTV. Again, this is one of the highlight events we get to do each and every year on the ISC Sports Network. It's our 5th time in 6 years that we have been here. For a 5th time in August of 2024, we will bring you the City League Championship games on the ISC Sports Network. You can find Indiana High School's basketball stars of yesteryear on the Near East side of Indianapolis. They battle out for honor, respect, and oh yeah, money. The Bonner Fender and Learning Center is the home to the City League. It's Indiana's premier men's and women's hoops pro-am. This summer, 73 former Division I professional players, including 18 former Indiana All-Stars like Taylor Persons, 3 McDonald's All-Americans, and 2 Miss Basketballs, entertained Central Indiana on the hardwood for 7 weeks in June, July, and August. Again, the league begins June 26th. The championships on Thursday, August 8th, and you can catch them on the ISC Sports Network. After a quick commercial message, you'll catch the championship of this great event, the Henry Community Health Hall of Fame Classic. Brownstown Central beat Brownsburg earlier. Addicts beat Kokomo in the morning. They'll play for a championship. Tip-off is approximately 15 minutes away. For game number 1, all Flory, all Carson, all Cats. Kokomo wins it by 29, claiming the consolation game. Championship battle comes your way next on ISC and MyIndy TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at IndianaWorkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to IndianaWorkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been